Hello guys. I felt a prompting that I need to share more of my experience with you guys. And I know someone commented and said that the volume is really low of my videos. Yeah, my voice isn't very loud most of the time, and I'm gonna try to bump up the volume when I record this and talk a little louder. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about Jesus' closeness and some of the experiences that I had in the past, and a lot of experiences that I have felt like Jesus wants to be personal with us, like really personal, and I felt like a prompting, like I need to talk to you guys about it. So, like I was saying, when we first moved to where we live now, it's been a hard struggle with many things. But as soon as we stepped in the apartment of where we live now, I could see in my spirit, I could see Jesus hold my head gently, like grab my head gently and kiss my forehead and smile. I could see that in my spirit. And it left a really, really impression. Like, I could kind of still remember it because it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was something you can never forget. Like, it was like that he knew that I was gonna have to go through a lot of things, and there was multiple experiences that I've had. You guys could pray about this stuff, pray about it, ask him about it, but there was that impression of his love when he did that, when he held my head and kissed my forehead, and a way of telling me that it'll be okay. And there was also a couple of other experiences that I had, like when I went on this temple trip thing. It was a church thing, but I went on this trip, and I didn't really want to go because I was kind of, I was kind of mad because I didn't get to read my scriptures like I wanted to, and I didn't get to pray like I wanted to. And I used to get really mad when I didn't get to do that. Like, really, 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 really mad. And anyway, on the way back from this temple trip in the car, I'm still mad and upset, and I'm just sitting there in the car with a whole bunch of other churchgoer peoples and their kids, well, this family, and I know we're friends with them, but I'm sitting there, and then I feel 3 pokes on my foot, like a literal finger pokes on my foot. And I asked the girl next to me, both the girls next to me, I said, "Did you touch me? Did you touch my foot?" She's like, "No, I didn't touch your foot." And then I felt like he was telling me, like, you can read scriptures while you're in the car. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, but yeah. And there was other times, like when this other time, a long time ago, or a while ago, where I was reading my scriptures and I just felt so tired, and I literally just put my face in the scriptures. That's how my face was in the scriptures. And then I heard his voice. I heard a voice, and he said, "Jessica." He just said my name. That was it. He just said my name, and I looked around, and my sister's taking a nap, my dad's taking a nap, and I'm like, couldn't have been neither of them because they're both taking naps. And then I was thinking about Jesus, and I felt like that was him saying my name while I did that. And there's been other occasions where, what else? Like back when, in the beginning, when I was, some of this stuff is like from the beginning. And like in the beginning, when I was still, I'm still fighting with stuff every day, but when it used to be a lot worse, I would see random things, like in my spirit, in my spirit, I would see random things or a vision or whatever you want to call it. Like I wasn't sleeping, and not in the Jesus kissing my forehead either. I wasn't sleeping, but I would see Jesus walking through a garden, smiling, looking around. He was just smiling, walking around, looking around in the garden, and I would have multiple things like this, even though I can't really remember all of them. I remember one of them when he was just walking around, smiling, walking around this garden, and then after that, I think I had a different one. Maybe it was that one. There's multiple of that one. And I was seeing stuff like, it's not we can't control it. It's his will, not ours. And in the beginning, I would see these things. And back then, I would see these random, like knitted patterns. Random knitted patterns that I would see, like, randomly. Again, I think in the spirit or when my eyes were closed. I think it was when my eyes were closed. These ones, I would just see random patterns. Sometimes when I'm praying, sometimes just randomly. And they were always different patterns, and I never understood what they were. I kind of feel like that they were something that he was knitting, or that it was knitted together in heaven or something. I'm not really sure about that, but I've had a lot of experiences and know that he's a loving God, and he understands what we're going through, even when we still have a lot of spots. So even in the beginning, he was, people have different experiences, but he was showing me a lot of different things. Oh, like this one time, but I feel like it's more of a, I don't know, like heaven thing, or whatever it's called, but, this one time, I forget what my mom did, but she did something that would normally get me angry, and I didn't get angry. And then I heard like sort of like heavenly music, and I saw like clapping hands, like they're clapping. Like I felt like they were angels clapping, like they were happy about that. And then I got to thinking, well, every little thing that we do, God rejoices. God and his angels and Jesus rejoice. For there's a scripture that says that they rejoice, or God rejoices, or something, over one sinner that repents than over a righteous person or something like that. But it was that, and I was just confused. I'm like, what is this? But that's what I felt like that it was. And I have this other experience. This was a long time ago when I went to MCCTC technical school or whatever. But maybe I should tell you before I get into what I saw. No, I just tell you. But I was in the classroom. This girl next to me, everyone was leaving the classroom or whatever. This girl next to me drops her pencil, and then I got a thought that told me, said, go pick that up. Go pick up that pencil. Sorry, I got a cold. Anyway, I have a thought that said, go pick up that pencil. So I go and I pick up that pencil. And after I pick up that pencil and gave it to her, I saw these clusters of sparkly things. Like, they weren't like the normal sparkly things, because they looked like that they were like alive, like they were moving around and stuff. But it was like a cluster of them. And there is like a few things that seem similar to them that I could point out, but it was like a cluster of moving like sparkles. Like there was a group of them, like it was like in the shape of a person that appeared after I did that. And this cluster of sparkly things that was like tall as a person followed me out the door. It followed me out the door, and then it slowly disappeared as I was in the hallway. And let me tell you before I continue with that, I've seen these little sparkly thingies that are like alive, like moving around. They are on, sorry, I'm on this outside, there's buggies. They are on everything. You may not be able to see them, but they're on everything. They're on your skin, they're on your clothes, they're on the floor, they're on the wall, they're in the sky, they're in the air, they're on everything. And one time when I turned 18, I was able to see them. I asked my dad, I'm like, what are these? And I think at first he didn't know what they were. And then I had a thought pop in my head, and then I was thinking, thought popped in my head, and it was like, those sparkly things that are on everything are a symbol to show and represent that everything is God's. He created everything. Everything's His. We are His. We have a choice to accept Him or deny Him. And He doesn't force us to. But there's only two destinations, heaven and hell. And we have our choices. But everybody is created by God. This whole world, everyone in it, all the people, the things, all the stuff, it's all God's. All of it. All of it's His. And it's not overbearing, but it's on everything. And there's also bigger ones, like I said, like the cluster ones that are together. There's also those ones that I've seen, like the person that I said earlier that was like walking out the door as I was disappearing. I feel like that was Jesus. It was Jesus, or it was an angel, but I feel like it was Jesus. But those groups of sparkles like that, they started randomly showing up. Like, they started randomly, like I could randomly see them, like they'll just randomly show up. Like one time, I forget, me and my sister were cracking up about something a long time ago with our friend Destiny outside, or maybe, no, it was just us two. And I don't know what we were laughing about, but we're outside, and then I was sat on the ground, and then all of a sudden I just see a whole, like, cluster, a whole group of the bigger sparkly things. Like, and they'll disappear, but they, like, appear randomly. And then I was getting a thought, or an idea put in my head, like, these are angels that are checking up on you. They're checking up on you. And after that experience, like, they kept randomly showing up throughout my whole life, ever since I turned 18, I think. A certain period, they randomly show up. And I believe that they're angels. Because there's been lots of instances that I've seen them. And they show up at random places. Like one time I opened the refrigerator and there's an angel in the refrigerator. Like, hey, hello. Well, you know, like a whole bunch of sparkles in there. Like, it just popped up in the refrigerator. One time in the bathroom. One time, you know, random places. Like, but there was a lot of times where they would just pop up when I'm laughing. Or when we're, like, cracking up about something, if it's really, like, you know. But there is a verse that says something about, don't forget to entertain strangers, for some people have entertained angels unaware. But I want to let you guys know that Jesus, his angels, and God are always watching. They're always there. They're always sending people to check up on you. Sending angels to check up on you, I mean. And checking your progress. And he loves you and he wants a relationship with you. A personal relationship. And he cares a lot. And people say that, oh, where's Jesus? Where's his coming? When is he coming back? When is he coming back when everything's continuing as it is? That's what they say. And there is a verse, a scripture on that too. And there is a reason for that. Because Jesus wants to get as many people as possible with him, to be with him. He wants everyone with him, really, to live with him again. And in peace, joy, and love. A true love, because he knows our souls more than anyone else. And in reality, he could have came back in 2016. He could have came multiple times. But people prayed, and they fasted, and they hoped, and they prayed that they would get more time. And they got more time multiple times. And now this information was given by someone else. But I know it to be true. And I say you guys should pray about these things and ask about them. Because he has given this world multiple times over the years, over the centuries, and now is getting to a point where he can't do that anymore. He wants to do it a different way, but this is the only way. God says that this is the only way. And I believe, I don't know the hour, I don't know the time, I don't know the day, but I believe that it's going to be this year, sometime this year. That's honestly what I believe. And a couple years ago, or not long ago, I think it was a couple years ago, I had this vision of a very, very long table that they were getting ready, getting the table situated, getting the chair situated. And I think someone else had a similar thing, but his was more vivid. But mine, it was just chairs, table, and there wasn't any plates on it. There wasn't anything else, just the table and the chairs. And that was a while ago. But I believe that he's coming soon. And we need to prepare our hearts, like serious, just surrender to him. Because he loves you and he cares for you deeply. And none of us are perfect, but if we go the mile, a little bit of mile for him and keep going towards him and not the world and its distractions and the things in it, less of the world and more of him, then it will be okay. As long as we forgive people, as long as we ask him to help put love in our hearts for people and for God, to love our neighbor as ourselves, and to not hold grudges, to let stuff go, to not get involved with sin and think that it's okay and that we're gonna go to heaven if we believe, even though we're committing that sin. Like fornication, we can't go to heaven with fornication. No matter how the flesh, the world, or demons might say, it is not okay to do stuff with people unless you're married. Now we can repent from it. We can repent, ask him to forgive us, and ask him to help us to not do that sin again, and to run from lust and anything that may lead us into it. And anything is possible with Jesus. For there's a scripture that it is not possible with man, but with God all things are possible. And I can attest to that because of what Jesus has took me out of. A lot of that. A lot of tempting things that he has took me out of that I didn't believe that I would be out of today. But I hope you guys will get something from this and know that he is a loving God and he loves you. And he wants a personal relationship with you because he loves everybody. Not just one person, not just two, not just three, not just four, but he loves everybody. And I hope you guys have a blessed day and think about wanting to live with Jesus forever, eternity, because he has big plans. We may not see all the picture, but he sees all the picture. And everything has a meaning. Bye, guys.